I'm excited for it, but also not excited. I'm about to be late. This giant thing is still in my face. Y'all, I don't even know where to start. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley. I don't even feel like saying the rest. So I have a chit chat, get ready with me video today because we have a date tonight and I'm actually excited about this one. And I'm gonna get into all the details and explain later. I'm excited, but also not excited. It's a weird place to be in. I was excited leading up to it, but some events have happened the past couple of days that I'm just kind of like, ugh, I hope this isn't a drag. But only time will tell, so we're getting ready. So I feel like playing with my wigs today, so that's what we're gonna do first, apply a wig. I'm getting ready hours ahead, which should say something because the last time I did a get ready with me, I was rushing to get ready because you guys, I mean, if you remember, but this is like our first date and I just don't even want to go and I'm hecka late. It's basically 6 o'clock. We're supposed to meet at 7. I haven't done makeup, haven't done nothing. I just wasn't super pressed about that date. Like the guy was a sweetheart, but I was already getting the vibe that it wasn't a match, so I didn't take my time. But today, I am prepping hours ahead because I want to take my sweet time. And I don't know if it's going to be a waste of time to do this. Or not a waste of time because, you know, you look good, you look good. It's never a waste of time to look good. But I mean, I don't even know if this is going to be like really fruitful or whatever. So my hair is still braided in 2. I'm just going to pin the back ones up so I can start applying this wig. So first things first, I guess I should start with telling you guys a little bit about this guy and why I'm kind of looking forward to it. I can't really decide and you'll understand by the end of it. Well, for one, we matched on a dating app. I had used Hinge. I'm off of it now because I'm going to LA soon and I don't know. I'm not a big dating app person, believe it or not. And so I matched with this guy almost a month ago. I can't believe it's even been that long, but this is how long it's taken for him to not only ask me out, but also just for our schedules to align. We were talking for 2 weeks before he asked me out on a date, which already kind of annoyed me. Like is this guy playing games? You just want to be a pen pal? Why haven't you asked me out yet? Is what I was thinking. But he had finally did. And just because of my schedule and also because, as you guys know, I was trying to slow down the dating, I told him a date 2 weeks out, which now resulted in us being here where we've matched over a month ago and we're finally about to meet in person. So this guy, literally, from the moment that I saw his profile, I was already kind of excited. It's just something about a man's profile. Like, I am extremely picky when it comes to profiles. That's the thing. I feel like online dating has kind of brought out the worst in me because I read so much into everything and I feel like I'm extremely judgmental on these dating apps. But this guy's profile was just perfect. He just looked like a normal, humble, handsome, masculine man. He just had this aura of the type of guys I go for and the type of guys I like. Like right away, I was like, yo, this guy is a bit of me. And then we're talking, right? Like we're talking in the app and it's just vibes. Like the vibes were immaculate. It was so much fun talking to him, like just cracking jokes. Our sense of humor seemed to be the same. We exchanged numbers after texting for a bit. He called me that night. So much fun talking on the phone. Like time just flew by and it was like, it has been so long since I found a conversation this easy, this fun, and like we just seem very in sync. And so naturally right away, I was just excited. I was really excited. Like you guys, I actually started developing kind of a crush. Like I'm getting a crush at the time. I was getting a crush on a guy I didn't even know. It had just been so long since I actually have had a crush on a guy. Like of course I didn't know him, right? We hadn't met in person and stuff. So my crush is just based on this idea that I have of him based on, you know, our conversation, based on his pictures. You know I was kind of building up a bit of a fantasy in my head, but it was really fun just having that and doing that, you know? Let me tell you guys, this guy, oh my gosh. So around the time I had told him I was free, and the time we actually set the date, although, you know, it was 2 weeks out, it was around the time of his birthday. And so he's like, oh, it's a busy week for me, you know. So, okay, but then he tells me what day he's free and what day he thinks this could work. So, okay, so then we put it in our calendar 2 weeks from now. It's during his birthday week, but he chose the day, you know. And then at that point, we were 2 weeks from like matching and having conversation. We set a date 2 weeks out. For the rest of that time, conversation slowed down a ton. It was super sparse, which is kind of normal. And honestly, the date was so far away. It's to kind of be expected. It's like, I don't want to talk to you about any and everything before we actually meet in person. So I wasn't too pressed about it. And then, of course, during the week that the date is leading up, and like that weekend, we start picking up conversation a bit more and, you know, just checking in to make sure we're still on. And by this time, I don't know, just like the way he was responding, the frequency of the messages and that kind of stuff, I was just getting very hot and cold vibes. Like sometimes it was like, okay, yeah, this guy definitely seems on it. He seems interested. And other times like, wait, is he like, I don't know, is he dating a ton of other women? Because, you know, I don't know, like he just doesn't seem to have a bunch of time for me. And it was just like very hot and cold, which I'm not a fan of. But at the same time, I'm telling myself, our date's coming up. Let me just wait until the date comes, you know? So like we're supposed to go on a date on Thursday. We talked on Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. And then it's Wednesday. We talked about other things. We didn't talk about the date. And Wednesday comes. Our date is supposed to be Thursday night, mind you, right? But it hasn't been officially brought back up again. Like I had brought it up over the weekend because I was like wearing a dress or whatever. He saw a picture and he was just like, oh, were you wearing that too? You know, da da da. And I said like, oh, give me a reason to wear it when I see you on Thursday, you know? And so I had kind of like over that weekend, I had kind of brought up the date we have on Thursday. And we're still chatting little things, but never about the date. Because it was 2 weeks out, he also never gave me a place or a time. And so now it's Wednesday and I'm like, I still don't have a place. I still don't have a time. We've been talking a little bit every day about everything but this date. And I was just like, what's going on? Like this guy is, sometimes he's hot, sometimes he's cold. The fact that the date is like tomorrow and he hasn't confirmed with me, I'm kind of getting the feeling like, is he gonna flake? Like, is this like, honestly, with the way he was kind of being, I'm just like, maybe he's a catfish. I would have really thought he was a catfish, except one of the days we were talking, we actually FaceTime. So I know who he is. I know he is who he said he is, you know? Okay, I need to like cut all this off, so. Well, it's not horrible, but. I'll be honest, I don't know if that was a good idea or not. I've done it before. It didn't ruin the wig, but I can't remember if it actually helped or not. So like I was saying, basically the date is a day away and we're having all this chit chat, but you haven't confirmed anything. And just based on your behavior from the month that we've been talking, your attention is a little hot and cold. And yeah, it just had me questioning like, is this guy really that interested, right? And so anyway, Wednesday, we're talking. He's talking about how he's done stuff every day this week for his birthday, stuff with his family, with that friend, this uncle, this cousin, whatever. He's so exhausted, da 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 da. And he's at this point, he still hasn't talked about our date for Thursday, and it's Wednesday, and he's telling me how exhausted he is. So then I was just like, oh, are you, like, clearly is what he's hinting at, right? He's too tired for our date Thursday. So now I was like, oh, so are you trying to say like you kind of want a day in, you want to reschedule for our date Thursday? And then he sends me this voice note and he's like, yeah, I am really exhausted. If it is possible, can we reschedule for Thursday? And he starts like just telling me what days he is free and asking when I'm available. And I don't know, I just knew this was going to happen. Like, and to be fair, okay, clearly it kind of bugged me because I was kind of getting my hopes up about this guy. Like, he just was ticking all my boxes. Like, from the first time we matched in our first couple conversations, I was just like, wow, like, I think I could really like this guy. I have to wait to meet him in person, but he just seems so perfect. Like, ticking every box I would have ever had for any man in the world. I'm just like, this is crazy. Not to mention that our chemistry was just unparalleled, at least over the phone, because we still had him in person because he moving slow. So he says this, and I'm a little bugged because I'm just like, I already felt like this is what was going to happen because you didn't bring up the date. We've been talking this whole week. Like, you just seem kind of ambivalent. Like, you're just not pressed enough for me. You are not pressed enough for me. I'm kind of excited to meet you. I'm kind of excited for this date, and I don't see that same energy being returned, which is fine because I'm aware that I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Like, I'm aware, like I said, that I was like kind of projecting this kind of fantasy onto him. I don't really know him, but here I am feeling like I have a crush. So I knew I'm the one who needs to cool it. Like, it's fine if you're not in love with me. You've never met me. But you also just seem way too chill. Like, I know what it feels like when a man is pursuing me. And this guy, it was just so wishy-washy. And what I really didn't like is that if you were so tired and you knew you were tired, then like, wouldn't you have just messaged me and been like, hey, this week has been so crazy. Can we please reschedule? You didn't say anything. Like, he waited for me to prompt. And then he took that bait. Like, if I would have never done that, what would have happened? Would you just have not mentioned the date at all? Would the day have just gone by? Like, I don't know. It just kind of made me feel like this is a bit of an afterthought. You're not super pressed. Like, I get that you've been busy this week and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I guess if he would have kind of taken the lead on that and started that conversation, it would have made me feel totally differently about it. But you didn't. You wait until the last minute for me to bring it up to wonder what the heck is going on. And then you just kind of roll with it. So I don't know. It was just a combination of things. How he handled this situation, combined with the fact that we've been talking a month, and just the way he was moving, like I said, was just very wishy-washy. So when he asked me to reschedule, the first thing that went through my mind was, I need to make it hard for this man. That was my thought. My initial thought was like, I'm gonna not be free. I'm not gonna make the time. And I'm not gonna offer any ulterior dates. I'm gonna just stop talking to him and I'll see if he chases. Because at this point, he needs to work a little harder for it, right? That was my first thought. And I stopped myself because I'm not in the business of trying to play games. I mean, I think we all have been brought up with how to play the game, what you need to do, you know, this whole cat and mouse thing. As I've gotten older and as I'm trying to treat people the way I want to be treated, I'm just not a fan of playing games. I value transparency, I value vulnerability, and I value just people being upfront with what they want and what they don't want. And so because his actions and how he's handling situations was making me think he's not on it. He doesn't seem super pressed. I don't know if he's that interested. Instead of taking that and running with it and trying to play some game and make him work for it, I just wanted to vocalize those feelings. That's what I wanted to do. I was like, this is how his behavior is making me feel. Let me tell him, because I don't deserve that treatment if that is what it is. But also let me give him the opportunity to tell me that I'm wrong and he's serious. And so I put on my big girl pants, my adult woman pants, and I used my words. And I'm really, really proud that I did. Now, I do want to say, I know this might be a bit divisive, okay? You know what? I need to move on to the next stage. I'm gonna be talking about this the whole time. I still have to get ready for this date today. Let's see how, ooh. See, my only hope is that, I can already tell this it's not horrible, but it ain't the best. They laid it down a bit. Stickiness on my actual forehead I want to clean off. So let me do that real quick. So, like I said, I know this might be a bit divisive because when I did this, I talked to a couple of my friends and they had different opinions. And so I already know y'all might go a little crazy in the comments, but definitely share your thoughts. How would you handle the situation? I'm about to play you the voice note that I sent him. This is the actual voice note I sent him. Should I play that? Why not? I don't know. I think I'll play it.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? But I'm kind of getting the impression that you aren't that interested in linking up. Like, there's just been some ambivalence and just an overall feeling of like wishy-washiness that I'm not too fond of. I could be reading this totally wrong, okay? So this is why I'm like vocalizing and asking you, because I'm a woman that knows what she wants. I like men that are the same. So if you're not on it, if you're not interested in linking up or something, like, just let me know. I do want to meet you in person. You seem like a really great guy, but I don't want to change up my schedule or plans again and make time for something that might not be worth it in the end, especially if you aren't keen anyway, like, just let me know.
So tell me what you guys think. I really wanted to do what I felt was the most mature thing, which was let him know this is what your actions are portraying to me. And I wanted to do it in a way like to show him that I'm not angry, I'm not mad, I'm just wanting to be factual. Like, if you aren't interested, it's okay. Because yeah, I don't want to be rescheduling my plans and trying to go out with someone who isn't pressed to begin with, and I'm not mad or anything like that. I just want clarity. And that's all I really wanted to convey, while also still like being upfront and letting him know I'm interested in you. But if you aren't interested in me, like, it's cool. Like just let me know. His actions were conveying to me a lack of interest. And instead of trying to play some game to make him interested or play hard to get, or I just don't have time for any of that, and I'm not interested in any of that. I want a man that knows he wants me and is comfortable with saying that or saying otherwise. And that's all I wanted from this guy. And it's also why in my message to him, I told him, like, I do want to meet you because I want to be able to express that desire and interest as well. I just didn't want to be operating out of a mindset of fear. And that's what I feel like I would have been operating out of if I would have not spoken my truth. Like, I'm afraid that he's not interested, but instead of me asking him and confirming my fears, I'ma just move accordingly. Like, that's me operating out of fear. And I also wanted to articulate something that I didn't like, and I didn't want to be fearful of, oh, if I let him know I don't like this behavior, I might risk losing him. No, I don't like this behavior. Come correct or don't come at all. Let me know what's up. Are you in? Are you out? And yeah, like I said, that's kind of that's where my head was at. And that's what I was thinking. And I really wanted to honor myself, honor this boundary. Like, if I'm noticing that you're not interested, let me know. Like, I'm going to ask you. Because if you're not, it's fine. I can like throw up the deuces, keep it moving. There are other people out here who will be interested, We let this sit for a little while. Hopefully it's not horrible. I feel like this was not the best job. Oh, it's okay. Now I just gotta fix this hair. It's like a mop on my head. But yeah, it's really a balancing act, And that's all I'm really trying to do. Like just balancing my expectations, my boundaries, while also still leaving room for human error. Because I'm sure some of y'all watching this are like, the dude had a busy birthday. Like, he tried to reschedule. Clearly he wants to go out with you. Like, you're doing the most sending that. But like I said, it was just other things throughout the month that was giving me that overall feeling. And so I just wanted to make it known that, like, yeah, how you're kind of moving, this is what it's showing me, and I am not a fan of it. But it's also why, like, I'm still open to going out with him. Because yeah, it could just be a misunderstanding, and it could be exactly what he's saying. He busy, maybe he forgot. Like, people make mistakes. So I'm glad that I vocalized it, but definitely let me know your thoughts on my message and how you would have handled it. He did end up responding. It took him like a good 40 minutes, but he did end up responding. We got that to lay down pretty nicely. I'm gonna do this side now. And his response was just like, I wanna see you. I wouldn't have rescheduled if I didn't. And then I was like, okay, cool. And so yeah, we were supposed to go out yesterday, Thursday, and now it's Friday. We're going out today. So yeah, this is why I'm like saying I'm excited for it, but also not excited. Because I was excited when I first like matched with this guy and some of our first initial conversations. It was just so fun and so fresh and so new. And it's been a while since I've connected like that with somebody. But yeah, just because of how this is playing out, it's definitely, I don't know, kind of a bit of a reality check. Kind of like, oh, yeah, it seemed like it could be great, but we'll see how it actually goes. So that's where we are. I do want to say, in trying to like set more boundaries and expectations, as good as it is, like I said, it is a balancing act. And just because this guy wasn't necessarily responding as quickly as I'd like, or didn't, you know, reschedule the way I wanted him to, it doesn't make him a bad person. He didn't really do anything wrong. It was just kind of a little bit of like a yellow flag, which is why I said something. I don't want to act like I can read his mind or anything. Like, his actions were showing me something I thought I was seeing, and I said something to him about it. He assured me that's not what it is. And so, okay, at this rate, like, all I can do is like go out on this date and see what's up with it. Okay, we laid that down pretty nicely. I think I'm gonna pluck some of the hairs in the center so it looks a little more realistic though. So I did side, after all, I did a side part. Like I was just saying, continuing what I was saying, you definitely don't want to be throwing away your time, your effort, your energy towards guys that is not going to ultimately be worth, and that are clearly giving you signs up front that they're going to be a waste of your time essentially, or you guys aren't looking for the same things. And I mean, I've only learned from experience. You know, I don't want to cast my pearls before swine, but I'm also not trying to be so rigid and inflexible that I don't allow simple mistakes or, you know, slip ups, because I mean, I'm not perfect moving through this dating world either. This is stuff that I've learned the hard way and time again, and I'm only going to continue learning and be in the posture of learning. So like, I'm not like trying to act like I know it all, but I am just trying to make sure that I'm moving forward with dignity and in a way that I know I would like others to move with me as well. So transparency, vulnerability, being open and honest. If I'm interested, I will show that. I don't want to play any games. I'm not trying to string no one along. And I just hope I receive the same, you know, so we'll see. Maybe he's not on it. Maybe he's just playing it cool, and, you know, maybe we need to actually meet in person for it to feel real. I don't know. But I'm just trying to allow grace when it's needed. But you also still, you know, you gotta know when to allow grace and when you're like, okay, I'm giving up way too much right now. Like, you know, so we'll just see. And I hope this is worth it, but I gotta keep getting ready. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, makeup look is done. I feel like it looked pretty flawless if you ask me, but also I'm not a makeup artist, so. As far as Ashley grade makeup though, this is A1, so. But, okay, I have to get dressed. I already have some earrings on. I just gotta put on my clothes and get out of here. I'm about to be late. This giant thing is still in my face. This is the outfit. It's just all black. I'm wearing these leggings. Don't have my shoes on yet, but I'm about to put them on. And this is the top. Just a little top, low cut, kind of silky little top. Okay, I gotta go. I feel like this guy's gonna be wasting my time, but we're gonna see.